What is up, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So it's that time of the year when the club releases some players. So recently, or yesterday really, the club announced that they have released 7 players. Some of these players are senior players and some of them are players that have been playing within the academy itself. So we'll be running through the list of the players that have been released by the club as recently announced. So the players that we'll look at first of all really will be the first team players. Some of them we've known for a while that they'll be leaving. So we'll talk about Petr Cech first. Petr Cech obviously announced a while back that he will be leaving the club, and reports actually surfaced suggesting that he will be making a return to Chelsea. How true is that? We don't know as yet. But supposedly he's returning to Chelsea in the capacity of a technical director, sporting director if you want to call him that. And essentially that didn't sit well with Arsenal fans, and myself included. Just before the Europa League, it was sort of a distraction that wasn't needed really towards the build-up of the Europa League final. But obviously Unai Emery stuck to his guns, kept the same goalkeeper throughout the competition that he had throughout the whole competition. That was in the form of Petr Cech, but we've known for a while that he will be retiring from football. Great servant to football overall, came into Arsenal at a time that the club was extremely down, and I've mentioned this in previous videos as well. If you do remember, guys, he was the only signing that we made in that particular window that we signed Petr Cech. So it was one of those situations where we had to accept the player, even though he was coming from our rivals. Had been extremely successful with our rivals in the form of Chelsea. But for Arsenal, he turned out to be a great servant for us. Not too controversial. When he essentially turned into the second choice goalkeeper, didn't really moan that much, and he just got on with the job when he was replaced by Bernd Leno. But he is one of the players that will be getting released. The second player on the list we've known for a while again is Aaron Ramsey. So we know that he's Juventus bound. We spoke about Aaron Ramsey in length really on this particular channel. Why the club haven't given him a new contract and all that sort of good and bad stuff in regards to Aaron Ramsey. So we know he's headed over to Juve. He will become the highest paid British player of all time. He's reportedly earning a £400,000 per week in Juve. Of course, I don't blame him for leaving. This is essentially his retirement, if you want to call it that. It is a lot of money to be earning, £400,000 a week. But we've known for a while that he will be leaving. Next player on this list is Stephan Lichtsteiner. So joined last summer on a free. 34 years old, 35 years old now. Served us all right during the season. He wasn't the player that we all expected him to be. Started off well for me personally anyway at the start of the season. He impressed in my own opinion anyway, but as the season went on, maybe he was becoming a bit lethargic. He was becoming a little bit jaded. But his performance level certainly dropped for myself. Didn't really hit the ground running, but he will be heading for the exit door. Where does he end up? I don't know, but he may certainly find himself at another club. One player that I'm quite curious to find out where he will be ending, and this will be Danny Welbeck. He's 4th on this particular list. It will be quite interesting to know where he actually ends up. Of course, he's been released by the club, and he will be making his way. Obviously, we got him from Man United, if you all do remember. Scored that famous goal at Old Trafford, as well as against Leicester. So he did have some good moments, but of course, as we all know, his time at Arsenal was marred by injuries. It was absolutely horrific. He spent a lot of time on the treatment table. In terms of the numbers, I don't have the numbers ready, but he spent a significant amount of time that he was at the club on the treatment table in the physio room. So he will be heading out. I don't know where he will end up, but I have a feeling that he will end up at Everton or one of those kind of teams that are sort of tinkering just below the top 6, but we'll wait and see. Another player that will be leaving will be Cohen Bramall. I spoke about Cohen Bramall really recently in my videos, and wasn't too aware what the situation was, but seems like he's headed for the exit door. I thought he was fairly talented in my own opinion, but obviously the club thought otherwise. They've ended up releasing him, And another player on this list will be Charlie Gilmour. He's heading for the exit door as well. He's been at Arsenal since God knows how long, since he was literally a baby, and he's headed for the exit door as we speak. He's one of those players that has been released. Finally, we've got the Spanish young centre-back Pleguezuelo. I do apologise if I've buttered and butchered his name, but he's also heading for the exit door. Saw him in a couple of appearances, or one appearance I believe, in the Carabao Cup, and that would have been against Blackpool that he featured, but he's also heading for the exit door. So it's usually an interesting time of the season when players are released, as well as the fact that with the players that we've released that were first team players, Cech, Lichtsteiner, Ramsey and Welbeck, how much are we recouping back in wages, and is that going to get ploughed back into the first team in terms of resources for new signings? We don't know, but of course, hopefully the club will have a fruitful transfer window this summer. It's going to be an interesting summer, really, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first time that obviously Unai Emery will get to actually assemble a team to his own liking. So constantly developing these kind of stories. We'll certainly keep you up to date, but as usual, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.